Hi, my name is Adam Massey, and for my informative speech today, I'm going to do it over college housing. The title of my speech is going to be College, More Than an Education. So it's probably been said hundreds of times, college is the best time of your life. But in order for that to happen, you kind of have to have a place to stay. And with thousands of kids going around looking for somewhere to stay for this next upcoming semester, and with many of my audience here probably going to go to college sometime, it's a very relevant subject today. And me, as a high school student, I kind of know what you guys are going through. I know what you're looking for in a place to stay. And I know what your parents are looking for. And I've been on multiple tours, and I've gone through the experiences of looking for a place to stay. So for my speech, I'm going to be looking at the differences between dorms, Greek life, off-campus living, all of these, looking at social, economic, recreational, and education. First off, with the dormitory. According to Webster's New College Dictionary, a dorm is a structure for housing persons as at a school. So, as you can see by that definition, it could be lacking in a little bit of the college experience. It's just there for shelter mainly. And so, socially, there's going to be a lot of people. It's a big building, there's going to be a lot of people. So it's basically just going to be you and your floor mates that you get really good relationships with. So it's going to be a lot of quality, or a lot of quantity and not a lot of quality. And secondly, as the definition said, it's basically just a shelter. So it's not really there for social events to have a whole lot of parties at. So you can do that somewhere else. Secondly, when we're looking at the economic side of it, according to Todd Severson, the recruitment chair at Beta Theta Pi at Kansas State University, the dorm's cost is usually just under $3,000 per semester, which is usually the most financially viable college housing option that a university can offer. Recreationally, the dorms are usually open to the intramurals that the university has. They have their open division, and then community service can be at your own discretion. Then on education, it's pretty much up to you. I mean, you're big boys, you're in college now, you can do it yourself, but the only persons that can really help you are the people on your floor. And without strong relationships, since there's so many of them, you might not have the confidence to ask them. Moving on, now that we've talked about dorms, let's talk about Greek life. And what I mean by Greek life would be joining a fraternity or sorority. Fraternity or sorority is just a chapter at a university, which is just a big house where they have members. It's a selected committee that select members, and they select their members to basically just participate in all their whatever events they deem significant, whether that be community service, philanthropy, intramurals, education, whatever. You just experience what they experience. And therefore, since you are in a close-knit, it has a lot more to offer in the college experience than the traditional dorm setting. First of all, when we look at social, it is a selective group, but there is a lot of events and networking possibilities for you. With your brothers and sisters, if you're a fraternity or if you're a sorority, you're going to be studying together, you're going to be living together, you're going to be eating together, and you're going to forge lasting friendships with people that are going to be in your wedding at some point. And so it's going to be a whole lot of quality and a pretty good number of quality, with most of them ranging about 60 members. Secondly, with the events, most sororities and fraternities offer multiple parties, formals, there are socials each semester that you are required to participate in. And as far as networking, with a house of 60 people, there's bound to be at least one successful person in there. So if you're out of your luck and you don't have a job, maybe you could call them up and get a job. Not to mention the social network and the people that you can meet through these other people in your house. Next, moving on to the economic side, also according to Todd Severson, the average cost per semester is about $3,200, including meals. And then recreationally, the Greeks have their own intramural league in addition to the open league, and they also participate in a lot of community service and philanthropy events. Educationally, according to the Kansas State University Interfraternity Council, the average grade point average of people going Greek is 0.24 points higher, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you look at it, it's just very indicative of 60 brothers or sisters helping you and trying to help you succeed in any way that they can. Now that we've talked about dorms and Greek life, let's move on to off-campus living. Off-campus living, what I mean by that is just living in an apartment, off-campus obviously, not close to the university, and it offers a whole lot of more independence that the other college housing options do not. And it's kind of a good medium for all the social activity that you could do. As far as social, it could be up or down. It's all up to your roommate's discretion. Basically, if you want to be party animals all the time, you can. If you want to be little monks, you can do that too. So it's just basically up to you, but the relationships that you're going to have are going to be most strongly with your roommates and a little bit associated with other outside, but mostly just your roommates. Secondly, on the economic level, according to a survey done by Washington State University, the average rent cost was anywhere from $75 to $800 per month, obviously depending on where you live and the number of roommates that you're having. So, and that's not including meals or transportation, so it's not the most financially viable of options. Next, moving on to recreationally, it's about the same as the dorms. They're open to all kinds of intramurals, the open intramural leagues and stuff like that. And as far as community service, they can do that too. And then education is also up to you. You're not going to have 60 people as in a fraternity, and you're not going to have your entire floor to help you. So it's up to you, pretty much. So basically that's the three housing options. And just to conclude, there's three different kinds of housing options: dorms, going Greek, and off-campus living, and they offer different things to different people, socially, economically, recreationally, and educationally. So when you're looking for a place to stay, choose a place that's right for you. But remember that you're there for an education, but the housing is a big part of what makes it the best time of your life. Thank you.